to my channel today, and we are doing a brand new Sims for a speed build today. And so today is definitely going to be a really great day, just because I'm excited to say that today I have officially finished my own shell challenge for once. Because you know me, I usually take about a month, maybe 2 months to complete one build that I'm truly passionate about. And however, I completed this build in 4 days, and I'm just now doing the voiceover. I feel accomplished as a builder, as a landscaper, as a floor planner, as a roofer. I feel accomplished. So if you guys want to check out my shell challenge, which actually ends on May 22nd, and the tours will be on the 23rd on Twitch. But if you want to try it out for yourself, I will leave the link down below in the description for all the rules and all the videos that I posted about this shell challenge. But you guys, I'm so excited because my friend Dabney, you know who you are. I see you in the comments. Just comment down below saying hello, what you think. But anyway, my friend Dab, she's also a mod in my Twitch channel. She gave me a good old-fashioned idea of making this month's shell challenge career themed. And what kind of that technically entails is where you have to choose a career that's in The Sims 4, and based on that career, you have to make a sim and a storyline and kind of implement all those things together into the build. Like, let's say you have a librarian who wants to open up her or his own bookstore or library, and you take my shell and build a library or a bookstore or whatever, or a home if you want to. Honestly, the possibilities are endless when it comes to building and storytelling, because as for my story and my whole gist of everything is that I want to utilize the conservationist career that came with Island Living, because I don't normally ever go to Sulani for living there or air quotes vacationing there for my Sims, and I don't really utilize the careers that often. So I want to be able to actually move this shell over to Sulani, which I actually did, and lo and behold, it took me 6 hours to build. I don't know why it took me that long. Well, no, scratch it. I do know why it took me that long, because I'm a freak of nature who loves to landscape like there's nobody, like there's no tomorrow, especially clutter. Clutter takes up the majority of my time when it comes to building, because in case you didn't know, if you do bb.show live edit objects in the cheat bar by pressing Control-Shift-C and then typing in that cheat, you basically unlock every single world object in the world, like in all the worlds that you own in The Sims 4, especially if you do bb.show hidden objects. Those two cheats alone are like candy that you just cannot put down, and you must take it all in until it does no more. But then the thing about this, there is no end. There's always more. So it's like a constant need of more things, and a constant need of searching for so many different things that you'll never find until you find it in late in the hour at 1 a.m. in the morning, like I did 2 days ago. But besides the fact, you guys, I feel like that this shell was actually one of the most my favorite shell challenges I've done in the past, because in the past, the last one that we did was a little bit extreme, because there was a basement, a bunch of required objects, some things were missing when you placed it down on in your Sims 4 game by yourself. And I mean, that's understandable. Things do go missing, and I think for this one it was a lot easier because I only placed down 2 required objects that you have to use. I placed down the Yoda doll, baby Yoda, we all love him, and also the painting that I think we got a couple of updates ago. I don't remember what update it was, but we got in an update for base game, and the shell itself is up on the gallery, and it's all base game. And by all means, you do not have to use only base game for this build. You can use any pack that you want. I have all the packs, so you'll be fine with what you want to do. And like I said, go wild. But the only rule that I technically always stick with is that you cannot change, you cannot touch my walls. And that basically what it kind of entails, that you cannot add more walls to my existing shell, but on the interior you can. And I know that you saw what I did with the little fake chimney thing with the half wall. You can do that if you want to, as long as you don't use full walls that touch my actual existing walls. You'll be fine. You can add a back patio or a back greenhouse, what you want, as long as it's not touching my build. You are completely fine. So I love life. I love today, because this week, in case you're wondering, I graduate this week. So I'm extra happy because I'll be done with school. 6 years of being in college can really do that to a person, like go mentally insane. But I feel more relaxed, more at ease, that knowing the fact that I'll be graduating with no problems, no craziness happening. I can just relax, record videos, live stream every single day, and just be myself without worrying about homework due the next day. Oh, you guys have no idea. I'm so excited about this. I'm so excited. I don't know what it is, but life today for me, even though we're in this current pandemic thing right now, it's like for me, it's probably been the best thing for me, because I needed to take a break from life, and I needed to take a break from school, driving to places every single day, going to a different place. So being able to be at home and not worry about driving everywhere and traffic and long hours out of the day, it allows me to just focus on one task at a time, and being able to just do this at that time, do that at that time, eat when I want to eat, and pretty much wind down if I need to. So it's a good thing for me. And over the past 7 weeks of being at home, I've honestly, just to be honest here with you folks, I've been, happy, sad, moody, mental breakdowns every 5 seconds sometimes, but also frustrated. So I'm not always happy. I may seem like it in my videos. The majority of the time I'm always happy, but there are days where I'm I'm not really feeling the best. I feel like I'm gonna have a mental breakdown at any moment. And I feel a little bit better now that, things are winding down. I'm having no more school, because I don't know how long you've been watching my videos, just has been subscribed to my channel, but I've been doing YouTube for 10 years. 10 years of my life has been basically on YouTube, because it was all revolved around The Sims. I had another channel before this where I made machinima videos in The Sims 2, and I kind of transitioned over to Let's Plays and stuff to this channel, which was a lot more fun because I got to express my storytelling skills and become a better builder and create a simmer and expand my brand, or whatever you want to call it. So I got to be a little bit more experimental with stuff. And when I transitioned over to Let's Plays and stuff, that was technically when the year of 2014 was the year I graduated high school, and also the year I entered into university, or technically college per se, because I went to a community college for my first 4 years to get literally every single basic requirement out the way, so I wouldn't have to go to transfer to a 4-year university and spend more money on more classes that I didn't need. So going to community college for my first 4 years allowed me to be a free person, and I got to do what I wanted to do and at my own pace, basically, and spend less money. Basically, I literally saved so much money going to community college. I'm not even kidding. It's crazy, I know, but it was a smart way that I did it. But my first 4 years, I basically was still doing YouTube. I had the SpringSims channel for those first 4 years of my life, and I really was I had 2 jobs. I was going to school part-time per se, and I was doing YouTube full-time per se, and I wasn't streaming until I think maybe 2 years in of my college experience. Maybe I think 2016 was the year I started live streaming more on Twitch and a little bit on YouTube, but kind of transitioned more over to Twitch. And it's crazy because I don't know how in the world I stayed quote unquote sane during that whole time of being in college, 2 jobs, school, and at the time I was pretty much uploading daily, which was probably not a good thing on my mental health and my mental stress. And I remember, I don't know if you guys remember, but back usually a couple of years ago, I think it was 2015 was the first year I did it, but I had this ongoing thing every year in December where it was called Simness Showcase, where I would shout out a different simmer every single day, and every 5th day I would shout out 2 simmers every 5th day in December leading up to Christmas, which I thought was like a really, really cool idea to like, shed some light on other people who make Sims content. And I was uploading daily every single day, and twice a day, oh yeah, pretty much like twice a day sometimes, or 3 times a day years ago. But now I've learned, don't do that. You will literally go crazy if you do that even more. So I listened to myself, I listened to my past self, and was like, yeah, you need to take a break. You need to like upload once a day, or, whenever you want to, or, every other day. Like, it's fine. Take care of yourself first. People will still be there. Maybe. I don't know. I just upload for fun. I really do. I only upload for fun, and I only do it because I like to do it, and it makes me happy, and plus it keeps me productive. And doing YouTube and making my own thumbnails and editing my own videos kind of allowed me to kind of pursue a career that I didn't think I would ever have, like graphic design. I was going to go to school for music. That changed real quick because I think, because I was in show choir and choir like all 4 years of my high school like career technically, and I was like so deep into music and singing and dancing, and I'm like, yeah, that was like a phase that I had to go through for a semester. I changed it to graphic design, and that was literally the best decision I've ever made in my entire life because, one, it helped me realize, wait a minute, I can upgrade my thumbnails to be better, and it'll be easier for me. And I had more fun making my own thumbnails, my own graphics, my own banners, end screens. And if you look at my first end screen that I made for my YouTube channel, like the first one leading up to this one, you can see a dramatic difference. Like, the two are not the same. Like, I used Photoshop for everything for like my end screens, but now I technically use Illustrator for everything, like my banner, my panels on Twitch, my end screen. I change it like every 6 months now because I'm like, I've changed. I can be a brand new person. It's so much easier. But that's like the whole gist of my life. I mean, honestly, I feel like a better person now that I'll be graduating university and no more homework. Like the no homework part speaks really like it speaks to me. I feel more at ease knowing the fact I'll have no more homework until I go back again. Who knows when that will be? Probably not for another couple of years. You never really know. But besides that, that's my little rant of the day. That's how I've been feeling for these past 7 weeks. Oh, I've also got Animal Crossing. I have a Switch. I have a Nintendo Switch Lite. So I can't technically stream it, but I got Animal Crossing and I've been playing it for the past 4 weeks since I've been having the Switch, and it's been literally the best. I've been playing every single day since I got it. Woke up every single day, turned on my Switch, played Animal Crossing for a couple hours, did some homework, did everything else. It was a time and a half, let me tell you that. A time and a half. But anyway, besides the point, and besides my little rant here, I basically feel like this house right here is probably one of my most favorites because I haven't really built in Sulani in a very long time. It's been, I don't know, a couple of maybe months since I've last built here. Probably the last one I did was for the Island Living expansion pack, which was probably 2 years ago since then. But for the story that I had is that I'm using the Conservationist career in The Sims 4 with Island Living that came with, that's in Sulani. And the whole idea behind that career is where you're helping bettering the island to make it beautiful and more luscious and more welcoming for new visitors or new residents or, tourist attractions basically. So you can kind of help better the oceans, make them cleaner, more blue. So I want to be able to have my new sim that I created for the story is where the sim, I think his name was, oh gosh. His last name is Eckerd. That's all I know. His last name is Eckerd. It might have been Damien Eckerd. Either way, Mr. Eckerd, he's only 26 years old, and he has a 3-year-old daughter, which is kind of typical for most of my storylines at this point. But the sim, he recently moved from San Myshuno to Sulani because his past relatives didn't really have, anyone else to really take care of this humble abode, basically, to kind of take care of it. Because back in the past, like back in like the 1928 to be exact, um, his past relatives, Mary Willis and David Eckerd used to live in Sulani as natives, and his whole like family was from like Sulani. But he didn't really technically want to be on the island because the whole island vibe and like this like seclusion and claustrophobia and literally everything he was feeling being on the island, he just wanted a change. And I think since him moving away from the island to go off to university as a musician, at Brightchester University, he didn't really have like the chance to really kind of learn his true heritage, his nature of the island. So when he graduated, he moved to the city to kind of pursue that lifestyle of, musicians and being part of like the whole social media, era with Penny Pizzazz, and Johnny Zest was there as well. So he kind of like made friends that weren't technically the whole, helping better than the earth and making it better for everyone. So he just kind of lived by himself in the apartments for a while in the fashion district. He actually lived right across from Penny Pizzazz, to be exact. And Johnny Zest was also in that same apartment block as well, because I wanted to move them away from like, where they originally lived. So like when Mr. Eckerd he lived in Sulani to San Myshuno, and Johnny Zest lived in Oasis Springs to San Myshuno. So I kind of wanted to kind of fit the whole story all together for me. And when he got a call, the sim I'm talking about, he got a call from like this random stranger that he did not know, that wasn't his relative, saying that, oh yeah, to let you know that your grandparents have passed away. And he didn't really know how to process that well, because he was very, very close to his grandparents like for years. And when he got that call, he never felt more devastated in his life. And in that exact moment, he got a knock at his door with a note saying, I know you don't know me. I know we've only met like, a couple times back in like high school and like college for a little bit, but yeah, I had a daughter and this is yours. And kind of left the baby on his front doorstep at his apartment in San Myshuno, and he didn't really know what to do at that point in time. So he's technically taking care of his 3-year-old daughter now, and her name is Jem Eckerd, which is super cool, and I really do like it. And I'm gonna insert some pictures right now so you can kind of see what they look like together. And I don't know, with Jem, it kind of brings out the best in him, where he has to take care of like another person for like responsibility. Like when living in the city, he was thinking, okay, now I have a daughter, now I have to take care of like no another person besides myself, and I don't know if I could really pursue the whole music career, like the stability and living in like this current area where it's like not the safest for children. He was thinking maybe if I should move back to the island. And lo and behold, he was actually entitled in the will for this house. So like I said, when he got the call saying his grandparents died, his parents were like nowhere to be found at all. Like they just don't really care. Like when they lived in the island, they kind of just got consumed with the island and kind of went off onto like a voyage for so many years that they never came back. So like they're like that type of people where they'll go somewhere and won't come back for like so many years that you just don't realize that they're gone. So when he moved to Sulani, he packed up all his things from his apartment, took his child, and kind of settled in. He didn't know the first thing about Sulani. He didn't know the first thing about taking care of the island, making it greener, making it better and more blue and more exciting for like him, his daughter, and like all his like relatives that may, pop up at any moment. So he joined the Conservationist career because there was a note left on the kitchen counter from his grandpa saying, hey, I know that you haven't been around for so long, but I really need you to kind of step up and kind of be part of like this family, culture, this lineage, and be a part of like what could have been your life. And he kind of gave some like recommendations of like joining the conservationist career and kind of learning the ins and outs of the island as he kind of settled in. So that's kind of what he did. He joined the conservationist career. He's at level 1 of his career. He does have a few skills technically, but he's still learning the ins and outs of how to be the best that he can be for his daughter, the island, his life, his job, like the people that are surrounded around him in the island. So he's basically taking one step at a time when it comes to all of this. And I'm kind of really happy for him right now, because to me, when I was playing him, he didn't really have like the best life in the city. He technically just didn't have, you know, that enjoyment that I thought he would have in the beginning. But I think as time went on, when he was living in the city, he didn't have that, you know, excitement and that joy when he started hanging out with Penny Pizzazz and Johnny Zest and like other people that were technically like his fake friends. And when he used to live on the island, he had real genuine friends that actually cared about him, his well-being, and more like what he was doing on a day-to-day basis, checking up on him. And so I really feel like the people in Sulani will definitely kind of come to his aid when it comes to taking care of his daughter when he's like out working, or, you know, just being around there for emotional support. So that is technically pretty much it for the whole story, and then kind of the idea that I have for Mr. Eckerd and Gem Eckerd for this house. But in case you guys are wondering, you can download this house off of the gallery. My origin ID is SpringSims, and I will see you guys all in the very next video. Bye!